Hello friends, welcome to Term Science. In this lecture, we are going to discuss about ideal gas equation. This ideal gas equation is also known as general gas equation. We know that generally when we say ideal gas equation, you come to know that PV is equal to MRT or PVN or suffix U T. In this lecture, we are going to discuss how this equation has arrived. For that, let's take a movable boundary container. Here boundary is not fixed, this boundary is movable. Let us assume we have some amount of gas inside the container. To measure the temperature of gas, we have thermometer. To measure pressure of this gas, we have pressure gauge. And if it is necessary, we can increase the amount of gas inside the container with the help of pump. So we have number of moles, pressure, temperature and volume. Here we are going to discuss three laws to arrive ideal gas equation. In that, first one we are going to discuss about Boyle's law. What actually Boyle says? In a given amount of mass, the volume of an ideal gas is inversely proportional to its pressure at a constant temperature. So let's take a container. In that container, the mass of gas is same. Keep the container at constant temperature. If you reduce the volume, the pressure will increase. If you increase the volume, the pressure will reduce. That's what Boyle's law says. Volume is inversely proportional to its pressure. For example, let's take a balloon. Fill the air into the balloon and tie it. Start compressing the balloon from one end. You can see for a period of time the balloon will burst. Really what happened? We are compressed the balloon, which means we are reduced the balloon so that the pressure inside the balloon has increased. Due to high pressure, the balloon burst. Here I have given one more indication. You can see we have pressure 0.7 and temperature 300 Kelvin. Once I reduce the volume, the temperature increases, pressure increases. But temperature we can bring down by cooling to the 300 Kelvin. But the pressure is not like that. If you reduce the volume, pressure increases. If you increase the volume, pressure will reduce. So Boyle's law says volume is inversely proportional to pressure. Next law we are going to discuss about Charles law. What actually Charles law says? Same. Now you fix the mass and pressure, not temperature, as Boyle's law. Here the volume of an ideal gas is directly proportional to its absolute temperature. Let's take example piston cylinder arrangement. Let's assume we have some amount of gas inside the cylinder. Now heat the gas will expand. Due to expansion, piston moves upward. So you can see here the pressure inside the gas will be same as volume increases. Also temperature increases. So volume is directly proportional to its temperature, that Charles law says. Here I have mentioned one indication. You can see here pressure 0.76, temperature 296. Once you heat the gas, volume increases, temperature also will increases. So Charles law says the volume is directly proportional to its temperature. Next law we are going to discuss Avogadro's law. So what actually Avogadro's law says? Very simple. The volume of an ideal gas is directly proportional to number of moles when you keep pressure and temperature as constant. Again, let's take example of balloon. When we fill air into the balloon, the volume of balloon will increase. The total volume of balloon will increase. Why balloon volume is increased? Due to filling the air. So whatever air, the quantity of air is directly proportional to the volume of balloon. That's only Avogadro's law says the volume of an ideal gas is directly proportional to number of molecules. So here I have given example. You can see here. Here we have pump to increase number of molecules inside the container. Once I start to fill the air inside the containers, you can see the pressure will rise. But after a period of time, the pressure maintains constant, volume they keep on increases. So Avogadro's law says the volume of an ideal gas is directly proportional to number of molecules. That is V directly proportional to the N. Now we have discussed three laws, that is Boyle's law, Charles law and Avogadro's law. You can see here V inversely proportional to the pressure, V directly proportional to the temperature, volume directly proportional to the number of. Combine all three equations and we get V directly proportional to N, directly proportional to T and inversely proportional to P. This equation can be written as V is equal to a constant, that is Ru, universal gas constant, N T divided by P. Again this equation written as PV is equal to NRUT. This is our final equation. Ru is equal to 8.314 kilojoule per kg Kelvin, that is universal gas constant. Now we will discuss unit conversion of ideal gas equation. First one we are going to take PV is equal to NRUT. The unit for pressure kilonewton per meter square. Unit for volume meter cube, that is equal to unit for number of molecules, that is kg mole. Unit for universal gas constant kilojoule per kg mole Kelvin and temperature Kelvin. Here meter square, meter cube get cancelled. We know kilonewton meter we have is equal to kg mole get cancelled and Kelvin get cancelled. So kilonewton meter is equal to kilojoule. Finally kilojoule is equal to kilojoule. Right hand side is equal to left hand side. And this PV is equal to NRU2 can be written as P V divided by N is equal to RUT. This one we call molar volume, that is PV over line is equal to RUT. Now we'll check unit conversion, kilonewton per meter square into meter cube per kg mole. Remember meter cube per kg mole for molar volume is equal to kilojoule per kg mole Kelvin into Kelvin. So meter square, meter cube, kg mole, Kelvin. Again we get kilojoule is equal to kilojoule. So when you have NRU, you can use this relation. When you have molar volume, you can use this relation. Also, this equation can be written as PV is equal to MRT. So this R is nothing but gas constant that can be arrived Ru divided by molecular weight. So here unit for pressure kilonewton per meter square, volume meter cube, mass kg, unit kilojoule per kg Kelvin. Remember here kg mole, here kg, here kg mole, here kg. Remember that, and Kelvin. Cancel meter square, meter cube, kg, Kelvin. Kilo Newton meter, kilojoule. Finally we get kilojoule is equal to kilojoule. This equation can be written as P V divided by M is equal to RT. This one we call specific volume, that is P small v is equal to RT, kilonewton per meter square into meter cube per kg. Here kg mole, here kg. That's the difference only. Is equal to kilojoule per kg Kelvin into Kelvin. Here meter square, meter cube, kg, Kelvin. Again kilojoule is equal to kilojoule we get. These equations will be used for closed system. If it is open system, then we can go for PV over dot is equal to M over dot RT. This one we call volume flow rate. This one we call mass flow rate. So see the unit conversion, kilonewton per meter square, meter cube per second, kg per second, kilojoule per kg Kelvin into Kelvin. Here you can see this meter square will get cancelled, this meter cube will get cancelled, this kg over, Kelvin over. We'll get with respect to time. So kilojoule per second is equal to kilojoule per second for open system. We know joules per second is a watt. We can write this equation as kilowatt. If you like this video, like, share to your friends. Don't forget to subscribe. If you have any doubt, kindly give in comment box. I will reply to you. In next lecture, we will discuss about thermodynamic equilibrium. Thank you.